Hey everybody, this is Way to Fail, back with more Civilization Beyond Earth, where right now I am currently trading war between Humarta and the other guy. So can I actually get Kozlov to do any kind of warmongering as well? It's interesting, if you look at him, he's splitting his affinities a little bit between supremacy and harmony. Right now we don't have a lot of purity players. Humarta's purity. Dowming, which I'm not pronouncing correctly, is as well, but a lot of people are going supremacy, which is a little surprising. Gives you some diplomatic boost, not a lot. So let's go ahead and deal. Will you? I have 44 energy per turn to his 8 per turn, but he has a lot more stored up. So I am saving my energy. I did say I was going to buy a trade post before, but after the auto plant, which would be the more efficient thing to do, but I need to see how much senders cost to build. So if I ask you to declare war on Brasilia, what will you give me for that? Oh, a little too pricey. So let's go ahead and put that back there. That's a lot to give. Apparently he doesn't really want to make war too much. A little less for that. I don't want to give up all my geothermal. But he's getting 36 science per turn. This is also a really good way to check how you're doing with research, because if you notice, you can trade science, but that's with a cooperation agreement. So right now I'm making more science than you. I can trade science here. Wow, you're actually struggling pretty mightily. So let's see if I can actually get you to declare war, because I don't want you guys being too friendly with each other. So you won't declare war. Will you declare war on this one? Oh wow, cheapo war. No, you'll get a little geothermal here. I don't really want to give you open borders, but energy per turn here. How much? Let's do. I don't want to do that much energy per turn. A war on another continent's not very important right now. Yeah, at least once I get cinders, I may be able to just roll over my opponents. I don't know for sure, but that's what we're going for. I almost have tactical robots. I can actually see what Citadel is doing. That's because I have a spy in there. And once we have the network up, I'll be able to see a little bit more. That's part of the fun of covert ops, which we saw a bit at the end of last episode, but right now I'm only #1 in score, and if I had more cities, I could be a lot higher up. So we're going to try and really push that advantage today. So we'll kind of go on the borders here, see if we can sweep up a little bit, build a paddock, avoid the siege worm. I really think the AI got eaten by that siege worm, and that makes me smile. And some of these little tiny islands may have some expedition sites, so that's why I'm kind of exploring back over here. We'll eventually want to hit the western end of the continent. I'm really surprised. Oh, yeah, that one I wasn't able to get to before. But I'm really surprised that I haven't found like more big chunks of frac sites just really split out over here. So I may actually, this may be the next city I make. It's going to piss these guys off, but it's a much better city than Thabo. Thabo is kind of a, oh shit, I guess I have to build something now. But it looks like Citadel's next to kind of an alien clusterfuck, and that's, oh shit, that's 10 xenomass up there. So there's the stacks that I was looking for. 10 more xenomass right here, and I'm really a little surprised that Reginaldo has not gone after, but maybe he can't because of the aliens. Because aliens are a little dangerous. So nothing much here. I want my big stacks of Faraxite, though. We'll make it happen. You're going to see this number pop up real quick. I have 5 geothermal. I don't really have a lot that I can use for geothermal, and unfortunately for me, there's a... I don't think there's a great way for me to just search units by what resource they use, because I'd love to do that. So Clearing Force got 15 for Magan. That'll be for the Faraxite as well. So like I said, I'm going to have plenty of Faraxite. Whoa! Hey, look! I wanted that to happen anyway, and I didn't even have to pay for it. So Fielding's declared war. I don't have map, but I told you in the very first episode, these guys landed too close. America is going to want to go F yeah on somebody else, and that's exactly what's happening. So let's see here. These are all good trade routes. 9 science is beautiful. So we'll do this again. And I can make trade routes through sea that I have explored, and that's one important part of this explorer. That's a lot of sea dragons, but they're not going to attack me. Miasmic Repulsor. Now this is a very important unit, because you see all this miasma over here. I want to clear it. I want to clear it out of my territory. I want it gone. I want it gone for good. And what is going to be the best way to do that is probably to drop it right here. As nice as it would be over here, I can always drop a second one because I'm building it somewhere. So we get orbital coverage here, and I didn't launch it. Let's try that again. Oh, I can't launch it there because there is another satellite. And there's how many more turns on that satellite? Let's go to the orbital layer. Oops. Alright, we have right here, any day now. This is one of the UI issues that I'm really having right now. Solar collector, 3 turns until it's gone. Alright, well, I guess we'll do our priority number 2 satellite launch, which is over here. And we can get rid of a lot of miasma this way. It isn't exactly in our territory. In fact, I could try and get rid of some of the stuff in our capital. That may be a little more useful, but considering I'm going to be settling this area soon, I'd rather get this area cleaned up. Now, you have to launch multiple miasmic repulsors. That's still pretty good. So, culture developed, time to get a virtue. We are going for more health, and this is going to help us quite a bit because we get a growth bonus when we're healthy, and that's just 7 flat health. And there's even better help, 25% less reduction in negative health, which is great. And look at this, joy from variety. This is where all the health stuff is. So we're going way down prosperity, and suddenly, boom, positive health, 20% speed toward outpost growth. That's awesome. All right, how close are we to a colonist? We're really close to a colonist. That's fantastic. So what do we get here for production? I think we can sneak in a second colonist. That's so cool. I mean, it's going to stop the growth of this place just barely. And can I actually put... I don't really have a great reason to put people for production while this is going on. So we're not going to bother with that here. In fact, we don't want to mess with the wheel too much. I really like the 9 energy on that gold, so we're going to keep that there. Or not gold, but geothermal. Geothermal creates so much energy. Alright, so getting roads through here will be very nice. But regardless, right now it looks like Australia could be in a little bit of trouble. But I do have some units here, and let's go ahead and get us fortify until healed. I need to start using my hotkeys more. So, are you really attacking while embarking? That's not smart. Like I said, you all will love my robot army. You will love it. You will. It's great. It's like supremacy. The only people that think, why don't we just keep fighting with drones? Something we figured out in the 2000s as, oh, by the way, robotic warfare could be a way to spare the army's lives, not spare people's lives. Wow, okay. So what have we learned from this combat right here? Because I can only see so much of Freeland because I don't have a spy here. But from the looks of it, if we look at the diplomacy screen, is that both of these guys are on 1 affinity. They don't have a lot of unit upgrades. They're still working on very basic units. I could probably take them on right now, but let's see. I'm at 5 health. And that's funny. I was up a little bit higher, but where do I want to put a city? Where is the game suggesting that I put a city? That's a good location. These are all really good locations that I look forward to later. I could put one back here. And that's not a terrible one. That's a funny siege worm down there. Maybe I should buy a fence, except that we'll see where that one goes. Because if it comes closer to my worker, that could be an issue. I mean, best city locations. I mainly just want to fill in my borders here. This is going to share so many tiles. Adept Blue just really ruined my day. And I'm still not going to be able to work the fungus. But I will get a tiny bit of titanium and a little more petroleum if I set a city here. So this is okay. I can deal with some overlap. But is it better for me to put it here? I don't gain anything by putting it further west or east. So the big thing is I can still work the fiber. I'm not going to get both. I'm not going to get the other titanium till later, but I want at least a little bit. So let's drop it here. And this will help keep the aliens from spawning too. So this is a lot of zone of control. I'm going to take a leap of faith that you will not attack me. Please, sea dragons, do not attack. Good. Alright, so. And, oh, there's a wolf beetle there. That sucks. Oh, just fortify until healed. These guys shouldn't attack me. There shouldn't be an alien nest up there. If there is, that'll be a little annoying, but I think I ran into that the last time I tried to explore this progenitor ruin, which is why I wasn't able to get here. So that's a little bit of wilderness. Which is probably why the Brazilian colonists just up and ate it. Which is interesting that Humarta has a higher score now. So, here we go. You get your networks established. I failed to establish, or I detected, let's see here. What was that notification? Our agent failed to establish a network in Kerbos, but was undetected. And was undetected, and was undetected. You can succeed and be detected and not die. So let's try and establish a network again. We have 5 more turns. Now for Citadella, we want to start, and this is a great way to level up your people. You see you have different things that you can do to increase intrigue, which is what this means here. And eventually we get to things like sabotage. Some of these require specific levels of affinity, like Dirty Bomb, which is practically nuking the people. Oh, it is actually nuking people. Detonate a nuclear device in the city. So you can't actually buy nukes, but you can Dirty Bomb. Because it's purity. It's the Earth thing to do. But we're just going to siphon energy, which doesn't actually steal money from the other people, but it does let you take it. I do want to be eventually stealing science. But this will still increase intrigue just a little bit. So yeah, that's how this works. And as you do progress, you do get some more agents. I forget, there's buildings you can build to get more agents. You're not... That is Miasma. Ah, so annoying. Alright. Let's put you out here. I still want to know just how much that is. Alright, so... Oh, hello, Kraken! We'll just go this way. Alright, so Alien Kraken, Alien Sea Dragon, Alien... I just want to explore some of these other islands. Really, like I said, just a little surprised that there's nothing else to explore here. So covert operation, or covert person was promoted. You can see by establishing network. Level 2, easiest thing ever, and I forgot to even click on the best part, which is viewing the report, which we'll get to that in our covert ops menu. So no open borders. I do not want you passing through my lands here. So see, we can just click on Citadella, and we should have a network somehow, some way. Maybe it'll come up at the end of the turn. I still have my Explorer I can get here, so I do have my network report somewhere, and I feel like I need to just figure out how to do it. So Citadella. No, I do not want to declare war on Citadella. Oh well, we'll get to the... Why this opportunity to mention that your expansion has worried several officials. I hope this does not cause problems in the future. You're still guarded. Okay, well, we'll show you what the network looks like here, because what I should be able to do, and I guess I'm forgetting how to do it, is just mouse over and find out here. Oh, they actually have an air unit, so that's fun. Oh well, we'll get back to that before long, because we have a lot to do. We're about to get our robot army. This is really annoying zone of control issues again. That's okay. So fortify until healed. And second Miasmic Repulsor, which is going to go... Whoop, that's not the button for launching. S is the button for launching. You know what? We're not going to launch you just yet. We'll sleep. We're going to have a crash satellite here before long. Once again, it's a little unfortunate. Actually, Solar Collector is going to crash next turn. So, kaboom. As we have our other colony going right along here. This is just to fill in the borders. Not too much else. As we have our... Is our Firaxite getting collected? Yes, we have our first Firaxite right here. Yay! Firaxite improved. And we're going to have level 4 beforehand. We don't get any perks until level 6, which is orbital coverage from any Firaxite. Can be very, very powerful later on. But at least for right now, we're going to need a worker down here to start improving some of these tiles. So we'll drop you down here. Maybe better to put it on this tile because it's a one-tile desert. But I think Aeon is going to have enough workable tiles to the east that I'd like to have some of these a little closer being worked. So founding it on grasslands, probably not the most optimal play. But hey, what can you do? That's what I can do. You can not be a scrub. Alright, so I could put some internal trade routes in here. And notice we are not being able to improve anything just yet. But let's see here. Units orders. So that's done. And we probably need to then move you down to the geothermal. Just to get that strategic resource. I'm not sure. Are people still at war here? Looks like they've made peace. Let's see if we can... Let's try and confirm that. Yep, they made peace. So no loss, no exchanges. People just did things with their troops. Alright, so if I'm going to be marching straight on Citadella, that is possibly a thing. Freeland could be a better place to take first. Either way, there we're going for tactical robots and we're going in a hurry. So let's go ahead and... I can't clear the miasma. What am I trying to do? GMS, well. You wolf beetles will move. You will. I don't want to have to send a soldier up here to take you all out, but I will if need be. And Hermonda's becoming a nuisance. And I don't know. I wanted to buy you war before. And I don't really know what buying you war is going to do here later on. It's interesting that he's gone to the eastern continent. Or a little island instead of staying on the continent. But I guess I didn't give him enough places to go. Really, dudes? That's not good. Ugh. Well, one day you guys are going to let me do this. One day. Anyway, almost a tactical robots. Almost able to build cinders. And they've made peace. Well, so we're getting a bunch of little tiny wars that aren't doing really a whole lot. As Fielding's actually tied with me. So we're going to have to watch this. We get another trade vessel. Well, this is one of the same ones that we had. 50% outpost growth, maybe. Not as great trade routes as there used to be, except for this one. So we're going to keep that up. Because we got to stay on our science schedule here. So no miasma right here. Quarry, which gives us better production. And what do we got here? Oh! Looks like we have a... You guys are so disappointing down here. Do I just march a combat rover up there? Maybe I'll just send my marine. My marine's not going to be in the thick of battle. He's going to come up here. I really want to get that progenitor ruin, so we will just stay alert. And I think I had a quest decision somewhere, or a quest update. We'll check that in a second. So Citadel is still firing on things. Elodie, yeah, go. You guys can keep fighting. So it's like we get to space, and then now we're back to what we started with. So right now we don't know who's progressing where on these victory conditions, but that's okay. Said robots. That's why we went supremacy. Wow, these guys are just stuck. I think so. We will. Can I just put you to sleep? Well, let's fortify. Alright, so another trade convoy. Let's go ahead and increase the growth rate. Yeah, there's so much miasma around here, it's really hard to stick trade routes through, but come on, give me something to pick at. It's like there's some interesting road-ish stuff over there, but covert agent promoted. So let's look at you. There we go. So if we click on these, Intel reports technology is geophysics, auto plant. You're so far behind. Current production pharma lab, bionics. I am officially ahead of the game. Currently producing a alien sciences. The only guy that's wow, it's actually a really good city. So yeah, like I said, Carabost, this guy is more of the threat. So we'll see if we can get some energy from him or not. But yeah, next turn. Not a lot to do other than let things wait. And wow, you guys have made peace before. Why? That is a really delayed notification. So Ark is exploring through my lands. Get to see real fast at whose city spams who. I have another colonist coming. Actually, another 2 colonists. Alright, so wow, that's actually going to time really well. In fact, I could build a city over here and get enough resources to be just fine. It is another sea city with sea trade routes. I could build a city down here. I don't know what the alien situation is like, but that's a lot of fungus. Some tubers, some petroleum. That's not a bad city. It's not easy to defend. But it's probably better than up there, although that does net me some more Firaxite. Let's see here. I think I want to try and maybe go west, because nobody's going west right now. So let's go ahead and see if we can go over here. I'll set a 1 down here because I can tear escape some of that later. And there's another explorer. So everybody's exploring the tiny islands now, looking for all their extra resources. And I'm going to put 1 turn into air units. Or should I? Yeah, we already have a repulsor going. Cryo nursery. I could use some more health before long. And it's health and research. Once again, no marsh. Network could be useful. I'm going to need some air support before long. But not until we get robotics. And come on, level 4. Level 4. This is the whole point of this episode, is I want cinders and I want to see what they do. I want to see if I can buy them outright, which is why I have not spent money yet. I have 6 Phyrexite. We have a lot of stuff moving around, so...
It has been said, the point of war is not to die for your country, but to make your enemy die for theirs. A goal which is more readily accomplished if your side never has to take the field.
Thank you, Reginaldo Leonardo Pedro Bolivar de Alencar, Principles of Modern War. I am going to use your own tactics against you.
The computer is a good tool. Why can it not also be a good advisor?
Because, there we go. New upgrades are available for your units, so let's go ahead and shoot. Wow, multiple upgrades for multiple cats. I don't have a gunboat yet. But we're going to get an upgrade anyway, so let's see here. 25 against land units. Yeah, oh my god, 20 against sea units. That's so easy. And then artillery. That's great, and I don't have to pay to upgrade these. Ooh, okay, so... 30% when attacking cities, 20% against land units. This is going to be a city puncher here. And then we're going to get the educator, which is hilarious. Alright, so educator is going to be at 9. So we have all those, which are all well and good. And what do we want to research now? Nodes could be good to get. But I may want to start trying to move out just a little bit, because surveillance web, if we're going to be going to war, we're going to need some... city defenses. Covert ops intrigue for the city is reduced by 2. We're not really at covert ops just yet. Terraforming can be good. Genetic design. Cognition is almost always good, especially when it's science for a Phyrexite, so we'll do that. And it lets me build an academy, which I don't really need. I gotta look at this tech web a little more and see kind of where I want to go next. But, you know what? Choose production. How much does a cinder in 5 turns? Can I buy a cinder? I can buy 1. Cool. Okay, well. Let's buy one up here since I don't have any anything else. So let's here. Add to queue. Cinder, cinder. 10 turns for you. So we'll let you do that first. Wow, you guys are all just ready to go. So you don't have... Oh, I'm not trying to buy it. I'm trying to produce it. So cinder, and how many turns? 10 turns for you, 10 turns for you. Yeah, that's amazing that I lined up my production all the time. That was not at all intentional. So let's hear, how many more affinity units do I want? Because one of the complaints I've heard about this game, and it's kind of a valid one, is we don't need you to be in pre-production right now. One of the complaints I've heard about this game, and it is a kind of valid one, is that if you can get to your affinity unit first before other people, you can roll over your opponent. We were going to test that theory, maybe in this episode, maybe in the next episode, but we do have another colonist. We already have one going down here. And I guess the question is, do I want to go after these islands over here? Like I said, that's not a bad spot. I'd feel better if I knew what was over here. If I could just find a good spot. I really want something with some solid resources, but that's a lot of petroleum. If I settle right here, it's going to be... If I settle right here, this will put me 1, 2, 3, 2... Oh, wait a minute. Settle here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is a good spot. That gets us almost everything. We miss out on 7 titanium, but we can trade for titanium, and this will give us some more workable tiles in the city. Plus, it's not going to stop me from maybe building another city down here a little bit later. So, unit needs orders. There's your worker. And what do we got? I guess we're just going to go ahead and... If we have the colonists already moving, I might as well put you in place. So we'll make sure that we don't have aliens down here or other resources. Trade route. Adept blue. We still like adept blue. Should be tier 3 or tier 4 by now. Yeah. Maxed at tier 3, 4 food, 6 science. Maybe not the best as it used to be, but still good. And Genil's going to be up and running very soon. Alright, so we do have our colonists going. We are going to need more workers. But the thing I'm most excited about right now is our new robot friends. Look at those guys. You can't see them so much because they're in the city. But let's go ahead and put them on a tile. That's just going to make them shine. Look at that. Robros. How you doing? 38 combat strength. These guys are your basic... You call them basic robots, but I may be able to take out Freeland with just this. Now, it looks like he's building something interesting over there, but I may be able to take him out with just this. I want the rest of my robots. So, is it going to be Freeland first? I think so. So, it's still zone of control issues. Don't need to be that zoomed in. Just going to get all this island, and I want to get vision around all of the area. Although I kind of already do because I do have the land scanners. I forget about that because that isn't what I started in my side game. Alright, so Citadella is still just attacking the aliens and kind of has a thumb up its butt. My score's gone down compared to fielding, but that happens from time to time. So let's hear. Who died? Who died? You died. That sucks. There must be some dangerous nest over here or something. Alright. What do we do when we don't babysit our workers? We buy another worker. Alright. Let's keep this simple. What? We don't want to do that with the Explorer. We want to put you down here. We're going to start exploring this continent. Alright, so here's our sender. And you know what? I think there is going to be a war deck on Freeland. Wow, this worker just about died too. Let's not have that happen. Is there a safe place I can drop him? Yeah, back here. And let's go ahead and just move you. I guess we can just fortify until healed 1 turn. Alright, so artillery, armor. Have you even made... No, he's still on 1 purity. Alright, so we have a trade route. And how long are those trade routes going to be going here? Unfortunately, I don't know of a great way to click on that on the home screen. So let's look at our trade summary from somewhere. There we go. That's not it. Trade route overview. Turns remaining, 6. So I think within 6 turns, we can go ahead and declare war on you. So that'll give us time to get a few more senders in production or in order here. In fact, you all are getting the Tajet here first, which is fine. And we have just others in production. Right now we have no spare Firaxite. I guess that's not the most intelligent thing, but it's what we're doing. I mean, we can always ditch the units later. And we're going to get more Firaxite eventually. That's the goal. We have a bunch on our continent. Even though I can't technically reach that one without my city's borders growing on their own. So let's go ahead and go here. 1 embark problem. Fortify until healed. And we're just gonna follow that colony ship. Because I'm gonna need to be working some tiles pretty soon. So we're almost at cognition. We're almost at time for another episode too, but I think we're going to be alright. Like I said, I really want to see these guys in combat action. And my Marine is finally up here. Just in time for a Manticore. And a second Sender. Okay. So let's go ahead and drop you up here. Explore over here. And what do we got? This Manticore's dead. So that's good. Did I discover an alien nest by walking this way? No. But can I do the expedition? Resource pod discovered. Where's that? Okay. So why can I not stand where this unit is? Weird. Okay, well. We'll have to try and do some zone of control shenanigans. So 1 tile improved. And that's a lot of miasma that got swept too, so that was a really useful repulsor. Alright, so right now Brasilia is still not getting very cute. Still don't like that I can't move there, so we'll skip a turn and go to the next one. I always thought that you could put your explorer units under other things, but so if I don't attack too many aliens, these sea dragons aren't going to be too mad at me. But right now, Citadella is just thinking about harmony, but pissing off the aliens left and right. Uh-oh, Stellar Codex completed by somebody. Cool. You can have your wonders for now. I don't really need them. And some of the AIs have overtaken me. Once again, that's kind of because I limited myself at the start with growth, and oh no. You guys are all coming to get me. Okay, I have made a terrible mistake. You know it's not worth it? That thing's not worth it. That is a swarm of frenzied aliens right there. Alright, well, we are going to attempt to make our way over here. We are going to attempt to walk this way. So maybe the aliens are getting a little more aggressive towards me lately. I don't know. You're still alive, so you can make the, I guess, the ultimate sacrifice. My first unit. And we'll just throw you back here. See if these guys leave me alone. So another trade vessel. Right now that's production. And production is probably still a good idea, but let's send it to the new city. Because they need it more. More things here. We're starting to explore the other continents. And we will... Let's see, we don't really need air sweep right now. We can do any number of things. Airstrike, well, we're not that close. So I guess we'll just put you on air sweep. Not air sweep, air intercept. There we go. Production for the new city. There's some things I could potentially buy, but we're going to start with a clinic because those are 2 health. Let's add to the queue just because Old Earth Relic is a really cheap investment for 3 resources. And then auto plant's good, recycler is good for production. So, oh, but we need a trade depot before any of these. For any of those, so that'll help this city pay for itself. Alright, so establish a trade route. Yeah, let's do that. Those internal trade routes are good. And in fact, I think I have some spare trade. I'm not even using some trade routes here. Now, isn't that silly? Well, let's get some trade convoys going. 4 turns for those. Maybe even more important than the sender, but another trade convoy. Let's put you all down here. We just want a lot of trade into our capital. Alright, so I think you guys, this Australian Marine is going to get crushed. In fact, if I just let these guys come to me instead of going for them, I may be able to take out Freeland right now. So, you know what we're going to do here? I think this is actually a good time to call an episode. We have a sender who is about to attack. I think this is going to be the time for war. I know I have a lot of senders on the way, but right now the only city I care about, I do not give 2 shits about Australia's holdings over here. And they probably don't either, because they have 3 floatstone. Whoopity-doo. Not too much else. But I think next time we're going to start here, and I think Freeland is vulnerable enough to where if I can't take them out right now, at the very least, I can let them come to me and then take them out soon after, because I do have some artillery. I do have other units just around here as well, and I'm going to have a lot more of these coming in the near future. So that's it for now. This is Way to Fail. Hope you like what you saw. If you did, feel free to send a like or subscribe or whatever you want to do, or leave a comment. I love getting feedback from you all, but hope you enjoyed it. That's it for now. See you next time.